Hi, this is Jeff Iavino from Trellis Fine Wines with another installment of Vineyard VIPs. And today we have a great pleasure to have Kevin Carriker from Kobalt Wines out in Napa Valley. Kobalt is part of the Trellis portfolio, and great to have you. Glad you're in town.
Thank you.
Awesome to see you. And I'm going to get right into it. I'm sure the first thing that anyone would ask about Kobalt Wines is, what does Kobalt mean?
Kobalt is a subterranean, mischievous spirit, and we are kind of playing on terroir, which is very important to us. All of our fruit comes from either Atlas Peak and Stagecoach Vineyard, or from Coombsville, which is a new AVA that's about 2 years old. They're cooler climate and longer hang time. Rarely do we ever pick until October, right, and sometimes into November.
So Kobalt Wines, knowing what I know about it, or kind of introducing it to the trade, is it because it's a small operation? Would you consider it like a cult winery kind of operation? The way that it is presented, Kobalt might not be something that rolls off the tongue for most people, but obviously Cabernet is a big focus item for the portfolio. But you do have some other varietals in the group.
Well, and I think artisanal would probably be better than, I don't even know if people still use that term as much today. We do make a Sauvignon Blanc, and we make a red table wine, pardon me, that's a blend of Cabernet, Petit Syrah, and Carignan. And then the Maverick wine that we make is a port-styled wine. My daughter lives in Lisbon. I go over there quite often, so in meeting my business partner, Mark Harold, from Maris fame, we became friends over a glass of port, so we figured, why not make port?
Beautiful.
And going to the Douro Valley and picking brains of port winemakers certainly helped us out a lot.
Beautiful place.
Definitely.
So can any customer, average person, come and visit you? Do you have an area to taste and showcase your wines? Is it your house?
Legally, we do not have a tasting facility. We do not have a use permit at our winery, but in the summertime, I love to meet people at one of the two vineyards in Coombsville and have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc on the gate of my truck. And then we usually adjourn to one of the downtown restaurants like Zuzu, Spanish tapas, and we'll go through the wines there, and they're very kind not to charge me corkage every time I drag 8 or 10 people in, so that's always an option.
So recently the 11, 12, 13 vintage, 14 is now on its heels coming out, but you've gotten some great consistent scores.
Yes.
With all the
yeah.
tabs.
Yes.
Which I think is something to note, because not having a very let's say highly name recognition wine and being a little bit obscure, the accolades that you're receiving are phenomenal from what I've seen.
Well, and pardon me, when we released the 13, I apologized to all of our accounts by letting them know that unfortunately we only got 95 points in 13, so we were flanked a little bit by the 90, or by the 12, which got 96.
Well, so it's a pleasure having you here. It's always great to see you when you come into town.
Well, thank you very much.
And,
it's going to be a great tasting, everybody. I wish all of you could be here, but I know some of you actually do have to work for a living.
Well, thank you so much. It's always good to see you.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Awesome.